Hello, we received an email from a trader and we're going to try and answer in this video. He sent in 4 points, basically asking about two things. We're going to address the simpler one first, which is the first question. On the right side of the DOM, there's a black column and it has blue color bars and numbers inside it. What is it trying to convey? So he's referring to this column here where there are numbers and blue bars inside it. So what this column tries to convey is that since the beginning of the market today, okay, how many contracts have been transacted at the various prices? So if we take a look here, right, which is the price is 553775, there has been about 5,000 over contracts transacted. And if we go up to the higher part, this is 5539.25. There's been about 1,000 over contracts transacted. Okay, so I think we have addressed the first question. Next, we go on to number 2, 3, and 4. I think they are basically asking the same thing in a different way. So first of all, he says that he thinks it's possible to open another trade while a current one is already open. Meaning I start a first trade first, before it ended, I start a second trade. So he thinks this is possible. Now, then he goes on to ask, how will the two trades exit themselves subsequently? And then finally, he ends by asking, is it possible to open a long and a short trade together? Meaning to say the first trade you open a long one, before it exited, you start a short trade. Is that possible? Okay, let's try to answer the question. Now, I think it is not. I think it's very difficult to think about that question if you use the two words long and short. So instead, I'm going to propose we think of the problem using two other words, buy and sell. For a long trade, what happens is that you will buy first and then sell later. Whereas for a short trade, what you will do is to sell first and buy later. Please take note, there's the word first and later, which means to say that for every trade, right, it will take some time to complete. Okay, when you sell, say for example at 10 a.m. and then you buy later, that might already be 10:05 a.m. So it took a 5 minute to complete this short trade. Okay, that's an example. So let's run through the process using the two words buy and sell. Okay, now we'll start by saying that our current position is 0, meaning we have no trades open in the market, so our position currently is 0. We start by placing a long trade first. Okay, and placing a long trade means that we buy one contract first. Okay, now the moment our contract has been filled, okay, our position will become 1. Okay, we have one trade open now and it has not exited yet. So we decide that, oh, we want to buy another contract. Can we? Of course we can. So we just go ahead and open another, we start another long trade by buying another one more contract. Now our position then becomes 2. Okay, so how will these two trades exit themselves? Now in the end, right, all you have to do, okay, is to sell 2 contracts back to the market, and then you will have exited the 2 trades. Now how do you calculate how much money you have made? Assuming your first trade and second trade would be at different prices, okay, so you have an average buying price, correct? Okay, that would be your entry price. Likewise, when you sell 2 contracts, if you sell them at different prices, they will have an average price. So the difference between your 2 average prices would be the profit that you have made, profit or loss, right, depending on when you exited the market. So we go on to answer the more interesting question, which is, can you have a long trade and a short trade open together? Okay, let's go through the same steps. You start with your position being 0. And then you start a short trade first, where you sell one contract into the market. What happens is that your position now becomes -1 because you have sold one contract into the market, right? And then you decided that, hey, now I want to buy a long trade. I want to start a long trade instead without exiting my short trade first. And then you go on to buy one contract. Now, what happens after your one contract long has been filled is that your position will become 0. Okay. And then will the market still continue? Of course it will. Okay. So short answer is you can open a second trade, third trade, or even a fourth trade before your first trade has even closed. Okay. Short answer is you can. But I think what the question most of you might be asking is actually why would someone want to go long and short at the same time? Okay, let me use this image here to kind of explain. All right. Now, in this picture here, I'm going to try to explain it this way. We start off by taking a long trade. All right. We enter at the green color X here. Okay, this is where we entered for the long trade. Now, the moment we have entered, right, the way we have configured our ladder is to also insert a pair of brackets for us. So the pair of brackets is at the top here and at the bottom here. Now, the brackets is officially known as a order cancels order, or short form as OCO. Okay, this is just for your, in case you guys are interested to go and Google, use this term, order cancel order, to understand what actually happens there. Now, back to our question, why would someone want to go long and short, right? Okay, so we have taken a long, we have started a long trade and placed 2 brackets there. So we watch the price tick upwards, and just right before it hits our profit bracket, okay, it decides to come down. And then sometimes some traders will start to worry and say, hey, how come it didn't hit my profit target? Why is it coming back down? And in fact, it's almost reaching back to my entry price. So as it drops down and comes back to around this price where I've marked out with a red color X, the trader may then decide that, hey, I think price is going to go down. I'm going to short now. So they open a short position, a short trade, and the bracket will automatically insert another 2 brackets for them, one for the stop loss, one for the profit. But this time round, you can see that the trader decided to make their brackets very tight. Okay, so tight that it is between the bracket of the first long order, the green color brackets. So what the trader is thinking of is actually, okay, since the price is coming down, let's take a few coffee money, right? Let's make some coffee profit, small little profit, so that I might not be so much trouble in case the long trade goes sour, and they'll lose money. And that is one of the most common reasons I've heard traders explaining to me why they want to open a long trade and a short trade together. Okay, so what is my take on this? To put it simply, you need to have a really quick mind to be able to handle all of this, right? Not only are you dealing with the mechanics of how to make the ladder do what you want, you also have to consider the stress of you possibly losing your first trade, the long trade. So all this added up together, right? You need a really strong and quick mind to be able to manage this. Otherwise, it is unlikely to pan out the way you think it might. Okay, so my personal take on this is actually that this is not recommended. Okay, first of all, why is the second set of brackets so tight? Are you following your system? Are you following your whatever rules you have laid out for yourself? Having 2 different sets of brackets, right, is already a difference. Is discretionary, right? You're not being consistent already. So I hope I've answered the question of this trader. And if you have any other question, feel free to write in to us. Where the questions are interesting, I will make a video like this to explain it to everybody. Thank you.